Hopefully, let's see. I don't know why it said that. Here we go. Hopefully, you guys can hear me. Make sure the volume's up on this. So the volume's completely up. There we go. Hope you guys can hear me. But yeah, this is my Photobucket page. This is something I had, as you could tell by the date there, since my sister's birthday. Going on 16 years next month. Yeah, 16 years. And the reason I want to show you this is because I recently got a notification from basically my Yahoo email, and it was a notification from Photobucket saying that I had not utilized it in a while, and the last time I utilized it actually was about 7, 8 years ago. And obviously, a lot has changed because when I uploaded a lot of these pictures and even videos, yes, there are videos on here. Um, there was no, like fee or anything. There was no like fee or you know payment or yeah, basically fee and payment. There was none of that. It was all free. But I guess now because of everything going on, things have changed. And these are all the pictures I've had since then. And then of course you see when I sort by the oldest. These are taken. These are pictures that are taken. Obviously, they could tell the difference in pictures that are taken than are uploaded. And as you could tell, um, let's see here. These are all the championships. These are all the championships I got when I was out there. So these are basically my belts, as it says there. And these are some of my comics, some of my Sonics, right there, as you can tell. And as you can tell, this is a lot of stuff I had when I was out there. So, yeah, it's a bunch. I mean, this is basically this photo bucket thing here. It's kind of like a history of my life in Kansas. And in that there, we can point right here. This is the living room of my apartment. This was the apartment that was on the third floor, not the original I was in, which I've shown videos of, I think. This is the newer one. This was the one I was in before I moved back here to California this very year. This was 2007, but this was, months before that. And this is when I was working at the Walmart in Lawrence. But you could see this is my apartment, and you could see that I was wearing a Rescue Rangers t-shirt that I had made myself. What it was is I had, and I just found them. I just dug them up. Believe it or not, they were Memorex ones. Some software that allowed you to, it was software that came with that special kind of paper that allowed you to iron on the picture onto a blank t-shirt. And that's what I did here. And as you can tell, this is my, like I said, this is my living room. This is how I had it set up a little bit. And then this here is my version of the Sonic SatAM t-shirt that Ken Penders was, bundling with the pre-orders of the SatAM DVD set by Shout Factory back then. And his was a black t-shirt that he was putting the picture on. I wanted to go with white because, of course, it looked a little bit better and, well, it looked just as good, I should say. And also the fact that when it would get warm, you want something cool. And this was enough to get his attention, believe it or not. It was enough to get his attention. And all I did was, all I did here was just do it for myself. I didn't do it um, for him or for anybody. I just did it so I can have something on my own. Because here's the thing, he was expecting you to pay money to get that T-shirt along with the DVD set. And I'm like, well, people could easily do that at home, and that's what I did. So, and then this here's another T-shirt I did. This is one of the images that's in the box set right here. So I did a T-shirt on that. And then these are my Sonic X cards. Then that's a Sonic X poster I had. I think I have it stored somewhere in the garage, but yeah, it kind of ripped apart like right about here a little bit. So, but I still have it. That's when Sonic X came out. This is when I actually went online and I bought the Japanese DVD version of Sonic X, and you can tell by the poster there. And then these are just some of the pictures I had on my wall in my bedroom, of course. That's one time, I had because they would do inspections and everything. I had people come in, and I kind of was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I did this," and they said, "Oh, no, no, don't worry about it. It's nice to have stuff, to look at besides blank walls, So they were encouraging of it. So yeah, these are all the stuff I put in my on my bedroom in my bedroom. These are all the pictures I put there and posters as well. Which I could tell you now, honestly, if I was to do that here, which I pretty much have done, but if I was to do it like this, yeah, I wouldn't hear the end of it. No, I would not hear the end of it. And that's my bedroom right there, and you can tell what I had. And you're thinking, well, what's this over here? That's the closet. That's one of the closets I had. I think, yeah, I think that was one of the closets I had. You can tell I had a lot of stuff on there. This poster here of the Ninja Turtles for the 1990 one, I had this since it came out, since the movie came out in 1990. I still have it somewhere. The reason I would do pictures like this is just to, kind of have, because I knew, well, I think one of the reasons I did this because I knew eventually I was going to probably move, and I wanted to have like a look back at what I used to, live like, what my living situation was, like how I would decorate my house or something like that, my apartment. So that was pretty cool. This is a little, didn't come out right. And then this is all the Sonic stuff I had that was not comic related. And then all the T-shirts that I kind of did. I even tried to do a black T-shirt version of the of the SATM cover, and that didn't come out too well. And then you can see I got my PlayStation over there and a few other things. So yeah. And then here is all my media, Sonic media. You could tell this is why I also had those junior novels. I got them when I was out there, which is pretty cool. And it's a better look at them, if you will. Basically, my apartment was like an expanded version of my bedroom, is what it was. And I have most of these T-shirts still. It's just some of them are kind of faded out now because of a lot of washing and stuff. Had I washed them the way I was supposed to, that would have been it. That would have been better. This is my first computer. This is the one I had originally. My one of my caseworkers called it the Beast because I was buying it. I was making payments on it from Renter Center, and they were just surprised. They were like, "Huh." And then of course I had a lot of Sonic pictures, Sally pictures framed up and hanging on the wall, along with some other stuff, as you can tell. And then there's my speakers to my stereo, which and you can see the line, one of them coming from right here to there. That was basically as I check something here. Okay, just checking something real quickly. But yeah, that was basically how I displayed. Got some of the speakers on the wall. I had to drag them across. And then here, more pictures here. This is that image. This is this big poster they had in the image Sonic crossover and Sonic Super Special. I framed that, and then I framed Sonic Rouge and Bunny, my speaker right there. And then this is my Transformers poster. You can tell. And there I am with one of the Sonic comic issues. I think that is yeah, that's the issue where Fiona basically, thanks to Ian Flynn, turned against the Freedom Fighters. And then I have my Evolution T-shirt right there. And then there it is. This was one of them that Ian Flynn, and it was at the time where I was kind of happy Ian was on board, but little did I know, and anybody else know, like, oops, he's going to do something we don't want. But yeah, this is one of them they wanted to do, and this was also at a time where they were testing anything that stuck to the wall, so they went with like a magazine, like cover, sometimes for some of them. And then now I got the first issues of Sonic ever. Just bought those from a comic shop on Mass Street, I think, in Lawrence. Yeah, I got my teeth there. I know people be like, "Oh, he's gonna see how nice those teeth were." Yeah, they were nice. And then there they are right there. And of course, a stapler right there. A lot of these, of course, I brought with me, so you can't deny me on that. So there's the cases again. And then more in my room. I had a TV in there. This one got left behind, but it was like a regular TV that I could play classic games on if I wanted to. And there's more pictures. These were pictures done by Tavin Monk Art. Um, so it's pretty cool. And then I have some of my figures there. And Scooby Doo 2002 poster. And then that one was where I commissioned that. That's why I'm pointing at it, because I commissioned Tavin to do that of me as a mouse fusion, as they call it, along with Gadget back to back. So that's kind of cool. And then there it is again. More pictures by Tavin and everything. I printed them out because there was no Patreon at the time, and I guarantee you if there was a Patreon, I would have been supporting him. There's no doubt. And then this is an interesting thing. I want you guys to look at this, okay? I was working at Walmart. I was working at the Lawrence Walmart. I was an unloader, okay? I was an unloader at that time, or whatever they call them now. I can't think of the name. But basically, we were called unloaders. And one of the things we would do is always, of course, as unload. We would unload the trucks and everything. Um, but one of the things we would do, so like I said, we would unload the trucks and everything. And because I had heard at the time, like a lot of us, that SAT-AM was coming out, I said to myself, well, I want to see if I didn't say to myself, but I knew working at Walmart we were going to get it, and the way I knew this was um, in the electronics area, right before you go to the back. They always have little areas selected out for future releases to be displayed. And I remember one day just looking down, and I saw, the tag for, I think, what was it, 24 something, for Sonic SAT-AM. But, I wasn't sure if it was in or not. And one day, of course, we're doing unloading. And one of the things you gotta do is open the boxes sometimes, check, make sure everything's in there. And just out of curiosity, after they had placed one of the boxes, aside on one of the racks, I went to just out of curiosity, something told me to go look, and I opened up that box, the one you see here, and lo and behold, there was a bunch of Sonic SAT-AM in there. And this is right before it got released officially, like before it was put on display. So that's a huge deal right there, when you think about it. And then there's another copy of it another picture of it to make sure. And then this is after I bought it officially. This was my first copy. This is the copy I still have. And then there I am with it, just happy and everything. Got my San Francisco Giant All-Star Game T-shirt on that I got the year prior when I was out here. And there I am asleep with it because I was so happy to have it. I think like anybody was. And then I am displaying it, which is pretty cool. And this is, like I said, when I first got it. So, to have something like Photobucket, to have this is like looking right into the past. It's really cool. And there it is. That's actually the price. This is when it was displayed. This was what right it was going on sale. This was the price for it right here. 1996. That's amazing. That is amazing. And then there it is displayed along with some other stuff along with it. But yeah, 1996 for this. That was unreal. And here's the other copy. This is the one I still have, sealed up. If you will, this is the one I still have sealed up. As you can tell, there's plastic on it still, so I still have that sealed up. And then there's me showing some of my pictures and stuff. Then of course that little Passover picture brought that back, and the clock right there, and then Mickey and Minnie. This I had to throw out because it got broken doing a move, and of course all that. Another Mickey and Minnie picture. Another commission that I made of Tavin Monk art. You know, I'm just kind of weird. I think like a lot of us, I kind of have like weird taste at times, and I had, this idea to have him do a commission, and he did. So thankfully he did. And this is right after I got Sally. This is my Sally plush right after I got her. This is right after I won her off eBay and they sent her. I was happy to get her. And then, of course, displayed her with all my other plushes. As you can see, I have Berenstein Bears. I have Daphne. I have Daisy, Minnie, a couple of minis, big mini, Garfield, Yu-Gi-Oh discs and books. This is my bed. This is actually the bed I had. And sometimes, just like I do now, I would clear it off and basically, like I said, I would clear this off and sleep on the bed, but then sometimes I'd just sleep on the floor. Felt like it. And then of course there she is on my table, displayed, and everything it needs on my remotes. I still have that TV. I'm getting ready to give it away, unless we still need it. And that's one of my DVD remotes. And then there I am with her again. And again, you could tell that this is when I first got her. And she came out of Australia, believe it or not. And then here I am with some of my toy replica belts, the World Championship. And then, of course, I got my stereo in the back there. My Jesus picture, which I put up in the guest room recently. And all that. So, got all that there, which is pretty cool. And I got my vacuum back there, too. Basically, very similar to what my mom has right now. Now I am with the World Tag Titles. And I got some crayons back there. One of the things I would do is just color some pictures in. Because I had a scanner, I would scan them and then I put them onto DeviantArt or here on Photobucket, which is pretty cool. And now I am with the NWA World Title toy replica. I got this actually at a NWA Central States Wrestling show that I went to, which was pretty cool. And now I am with the toy replica of the Classic Winged Eagle Championship. And now I am with the U.S. title. So yeah, I was just having fun this day on this day. And then I am with the spinner belt, the classic toy replica spinner belt. And then there's some other plushes along with my CDs, which again I brought most of these back with me, and I was not going to leave them behind. Believe me, spent too much money on them. So yeah. And if you're wondering who this is, that's Stella from Over the Edge. That's Stella from Over the Edge. And then I got that for my 25th birthday. Um, basically, I think it was Tavin or somebody. I can't remember. I don't know if it was Tavin or somebody else. I still have this, but basically it was for my 25th birthday, and I asked him for a birthday gift of Sally and not Sally, but Gadget in the Flashdance outfit, and then Tammy with the Royals and Foxglove with Chiefs, and they were glad to do it. And then there's my Rescue Rangers Bendable of Dale, which I still have. It's hanging on the wall behind me. And then these I still have too. They're in the drawers that I'm looking at right now. I think in the second drawer, third drawer. Yeah, I was. Here's the thing. A little story on this. I love to take big bubble baths, and it was all thanks to the Pretty Woman. It was all thanks to them always advertising. When the movie Pretty Woman came out, they always advertised Julia Roberts in that bubble bath scene, submerging under, and that's what got me, hooked, pretty much, on this. That's what got me pretty much hooked on this, and I was like, wow, this is quite amazing. You know what I'm saying? This is quite amazing. So sorry about that. I was checking something, but yeah. So well, it was. What I'm trying to say is that the scene was quite amazing that they had her do that, and that's what got me hooked. ever since then, since I was about 11 or 10 years old. So every time I had an opportunity, I would try to replicate that, and I would buy so much bubble bath I, it wasn't a joke, and that's why I got the soap spinners recently. And the plan basically is when my mom goes back to work, the day she goes back, those are going into action. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I tried to do this several times when I lived in these apartments. The problem was the pipe system, the plumbing system was so awkward that when I would try, I would get complaints. And I would get the maintenance guy coming over and telling me, hey, this person's saying you're flooding their bathroom or something like that. And I was like, what? Really? Huh? It was that strange. The plumbing basically was so awkward. You could not enjoy yourself with this kind of a bath without risking, some kind of flood or something like that. In fact, one time, as crazy as it sounds, one time uh, the guy came in when I was in the bath. I was just getting out of it, and the guy came in and said, "Hey, you're flooding this other person's apartment." And he basically, you could tell he was tired, but he was a maintenance guy that was on call 24/7, and they called him, and he lived in Emporia, Kansas. That's what he told me, at least. So, anyway, yeah, it was kind of hard. And then here we have a Spirit Halloween store, which was like in one of the shopping areas close to my job. And then here I am attempting it again. And I think this time I succeeded because I think what I figured out is okay, if I do this as best I can, if I fill this all up as fast as I can and get it done with, all I need is for the suds to come up and that's it. And I'll be fine. And I think that this was one of the times I didn't have no complaints. But I think afterwards, and even after I left, my honest opinion is I think they probably fixed the plumbing situation there so that people can enjoy themselves. And these are all my figurines that I got at the Goodwill down the street, right across from my job. It was on the well, basically it was like basically the Goodwill was in the same vicinity as my job, but it was like a street back a little bit on the right side of where my apartments were. And I went in there and I saw this and I got them very cheap. And then of course here's the computer, or my caseworker called it the Beast, that I got from Renter Center, and then that's my printer right there. And then this was my desk that I put together myself, I think. I got my dad's help. And then of course I had one of the figures I got was a Chip and Dale figure. I have these still somewhere. I think they're in the closet. Now this here is an interesting one because it's actually in reverse. So if we do this, so what I did is I asked Tavin, because he loves Khalees as a character. I asked him if he could do a picture of her turning into a flower, and he did. And that's how we got Khalees doing a plant transformation into a flower. So it was pretty cool. Now this here is a lot of my Disney, a lot of my Rescue Ranger comics and collections, DVDs and stuff, and even the complete series. And this is the couch I had. This is one of the couches I had. This couch actually had been with my family since I was a kid, and now it's pretty much junk. It's probably pretty much junk now. But yeah, this was all the Rescue Ranger stuff that I had. And then here's all my other collections, my Unicron, who I still have, and a lot of the Transformers and Pence dispensers and stuff. So it's pretty cool. And then pictures of Sally and Gadget in the background. And then some MLP G3. Yep. One thing I can say about G3 is they sold some good, toys. The shows may not have been good, but the toys were good. And I gave those to my second cousins, my cousin's daughters, if you will, when I first got back out here, because I figured, I'm not going to need them anymore. And little did I know that hey, MLP was going to be a big deal soon. A couple of years down the line, but 2007, I felt, I don't need them, and I gave them to them, so they have them. I hit something here, I didn't want to hit that. Sorry. I was like, oh yeah. And then this is when the first movie came out. The first Michael Bay movie came out. So I got that, and then you can see in the background I got a Yu-Gi-Oh poster. I still have this. You see that in the background when I do live streams sometimes, or I do room tours. Still have that. These are stored away somewhere. The I want you to look at this. This is Devastator. This is the Devastator that they were selling at that time. This was no knockoff. That was legit Hasbro. Still have this. It's in my bottom drawer here. And then, of course, a lot of my Transformer comics at the time. Some of them I got at comic shops around there. Still have this. That's the CD that they did for the 25th anniversary. Still have this book. That's what I showed you in one of the more recent videos. And then, of course, that's me right next to the 20th anniversary Optimus Prime, which they actually talked about at a Comic Con one time. And then that's me next to the newspaper promotion for the movie. And then right above here is the a picture of Yogi, Cindy, Boo Boo, and Ranger Smith, which I got at one of my other former jobs, Food for Less, which was right across from where I lived, right across the street. And then here's the poster. I still have that. It's framed right now, but I may have to poster it or command strip it down the line. And then here's my variations of Transformers the movie at that time on DVD, along with my other stuff, which I still have. The dinosaurs one, I know I have that stored away somewhere. I just gotta find it. But these are, I still have all of these. Still have all of them. You know, I wasn't gonna come back out here with anything. And then there I am trying on the championship. And then here's a lot of my other stuff: Spirit, Two Tone and Lucky, Stacy Keebler, Rouge. You know, everything pretty cool. And I think what else is behind there? Oh, just some other stuff. My hat and everything. And of course, had my posters on my T-shirt, my jacket on my door. I tell you honestly, I would not be able to do the posters on the door right now because that's not gonna fly. If you know what I mean. And, you know, it's sacrifices you gotta make them. And then here's some other pictures you can see pretty much better up here, and pretty much the same. Still have these shorts. I still wear them. This thing here, if you want to know, I still have this. I got this about the year I graduated. That's from my old high school in Oskaloosa. So yeah, this is about the same. Kept myself busy in a way. I got this is the gift set when the DVD for the movie came out, and then of course I got all these pictures in back of me, and then all my Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, Yu-Gi-Oh cards, dual disc, which I still have. These trucks here. So my aunt, my dad's oldest sister, for some reason had a mentality. Basically, I think she's matured up now, but she had a mentality at the time where, oh, he's like this for Christmas, and there you go. No joke. And here's my Yu-Gi-Oh cards, which I still have. And that's 222. That's the issue a lot of us were waiting for. Then of course there's 225. You know, 225, 226. I think that's 227. I think. I don't know if these were when I got back here. I don't think they were. No, because of these. No, those were lists and stuff. So I don't know what those were. Oh, I see what they were. Hold on, let me try something. Hold on, let me open this up somewhere. Let me try something. Oh, I see what they were. I think I was doing something imaginative at that time. And then, oh, my fingers just hit the mic. But then there's the rest of my room. Got a little bit of a rainbow reflection came in. Then me with the replica undisputed title. That's when I got Fortress of Fear for the first time. And that's Growing Pains. That's one of these. That's one of my videos that I did. Like I said, I actually uploaded some videos up here. This is another one of them. So, yeah, I got some videos on here. I'm just going to look through them eventually. That's Tails and Barbari Koala. And then more of my Transformer stuff. and other things. So yeah, these are some of the things I had. Also had, still have these as well. Still have these as well. So it's pretty cool. And a lot of these are, like I said, these are videos. Some of them are videos that I have to look into eventually. This is Kiss from a Rose video, or at least the image from it. And that's another bad thing right there. That's another video, I think, Photobucket wise. And the reason I put them on Photobucket at the time was, oh, yeah, these are just, my pleasures right there. And my Christmas tree. I had this Christmas tree on my table every year. I'm gonna skip over that because that's too inappropriate. Um, and I had a software that I downloaded that allowed me to color in a lot of these. And there's again my cards. That's another video right there. So yeah, and that's when I first got John Cena's CD and then Mariah's new CD. So yeah, just a bunch. I have to look through them all and everything again. Yeah, it's just a lot of stuff I have. This my tree again right there, and then there's another one. I think these are some of them that I just uploaded. So, and then there's a picture of Sally I downloaded and I colored in with the crayons. And what I did was because they were going, because at the time the X-Men were out, were still big, the movies that is, and then the Transformers and everything was like, instead of being traditional colors, they were all dark and everything. So I said, oh, what would happen if they did a movie on Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic SAM? Would they follow the trend? And I thought, would they follow the same trend like with X-Men and all that? So that's why I put Sally into that outfit, color her vest and boots that way. That's why I got that. And then, these are more videos that I have. The reason I was able to gain access to this finally, I mean, I could still gain access and all that, was, like I said, Photobucket decided to add a new fee. And that fee was, hey, $6 a month or whatever. You have, well, this like any options they give you. It's like you pay more, you get unlimited. You pay a certain amount, you still are pretty much close to unlimited, but not as much. So yeah, this is a bunch of my stuff here. Some of the things I got, and more in my room right there. And you can tell how old some of the Sonic issues were with the screenshots that I give you here. And it's another video right there. Probably have to look into that. But yeah, here you go right here. This is something I put together. Just little pictures of me. And more video. Some of them, like I said, I recorded specifically to put on the Photobucket because I think honestly, this is 2006. I think I was off of YouTube. This is when my first channel went down, the very first one I had, and then I did the new one at the end of the year. So I was able to take some of what I was doing mostly for Facebook and just put it onto there. Just like, okay, I'm going to switch over to there. Yeah, that's from Duck Pimples, of course. And this is Gadget's wardrobe. Somebody at one of the sites had said, let's do a collage of Gadget's wardrobe and everything. So, and then that's image screenshot of Sally's, attempted kiss on Sonic at the end of Saturday, the first time anyway. And if you want to know what that is in the background, it's Know Your Role. This is something that I got for Christmas. It's a rock and everything. And basically, I think my aunt put it together. My dad's older sister put it together, and I still have it. It's packed away somewhere, but I hung it up in my room because that was pretty cool for her because I'm thinking, well, okay, if any, she may, send us stuff or give me my dad's stuff that's like a little young for us, a little like out of our interest. But okay, fine. It's not a problem. It's not a problem. And in these here, I think let me see if I can get a better image of these. Oh, those are just the DVDs that I created through the VCDs that a friend online did for me, or she was selling. I think with I can't think of her name right now, but when you see some of the videos I do, you kind of see it. Like some of the ones I just uploaded today, you could see it on the corner. It's Kafu.com. She's the one that was behind them, and those are my other ones, the Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Yeah, Bunny. Yeah, just a lot of stuff I have here. This is like I said, this is all during when I lived out there on my own. And like I said, some of this goes up to about 15, 16 years. It's unbelievable. That's when I got the only release that Rhino did. I got that's when I got the only release that they ever did of of MLP Generation 1 on DVD. It took Shout Factory having to finish it up. And then of course here's the other stuff I have. Sonic X poster, Yu-Gi-Oh poster, Undertaker poster, Budweiser poster of a woman next to a Budweiser sign. And this was also the only other way I could share stuff with people because I wasn't too sure of how to share them. I think MySpace was still going. And then here's one of the pictures I took. You could tell by the year of when I took that. That was with my camera that I still have somewhere. That's when I first got that DVD. Yeah, and again, this was a software that allowed you to color things in a certain way and add some effects. And again, this is just like with Sally earlier, where I thought to myself, what would it be like if they did a movie version of these guys? And now with the trend of everything so not dark, I would say, but more along the lines of this, and more along the lines of instead of like the color palettes of outfits, they just went black and everything. So I figured, what would it be like, with these characters if they did that? So that's why Sally and now Bunny was given that by me. And of course, did another one. These were with colored pencils, and I decided, well, I'll give Sally some eyeshadow and all that. See what it would be like. And this is the back of one of my covers and everything for my DVD. This is actually, oh yeah, this is the cover. This is the back cover, the self-made back cover of my Best of Rescue Rangers DVD I made. These are all my episodes that are listed, like the top tens, if you will. And then, of course, one of these images down here that I used was a commission of Dale as Spider-Man and Foxglove as Black Cat, I should say. And then that's an image of Sally and Bunny in Christmas, which I utilized actually. This I actually utilized as a cover for one of my holiday DVD sets. And Sally again, more of my room when I was out there. And then I printed that out, so that was pretty cool. And colored that. And then these are all my Berenstain Bear books, which I still have. I still have them. And this is my whole wall of Rescue Ranger pictures, and then some of my Playboys down there. So that was pretty cool. And I still have them. I still have these pictures packed away somewhere. And then like I said, the pictures of Sonic, Sally, and Freedom Fighters that I framed. Then Queenie McBear not Queenie McBear, but Bonnie Brown, I should say, from Berenstain Bear's new big chapter book series. And the reason I printed this out is because my mom's cousin, or second, which would be my second cousin, worked for Marvel at the time. He did some of these called Joe, and his name was Joe Rosas. So that's pretty cool. And then this is me helping to stock, if you will. I think this is when we were stocking. Sometimes when we would go to work, we wouldn't have much to do. So they would have us, put our uniforms on, which I think were white uniforms at that time, and go out and and stock, and that's what we did. And it would allow us to listen to music, especially as well, especially at that time as well, because it was late. And even though the Walmart I worked at was 24/7, not many people came in, so they said, "Hey, go ahead, put some music, in, listen to some music, and enjoy yourself." And that's what we did. And I had my CD player with me, so that's the only way I was. That's why I have the headphones and all that. And there's another photo, and there's a video. That's when I first purchased Mouse Size from Half Price Books. And then of course there's that one, another video, another video. Got that in from Bunny, and another video there. And then there's that picture I showed before. More of my plushes and all that. Got that from I think a relative. I'm not really sure. Regis and Kelly. I think this is when Regis. I think this is when Kelly had just started or something. I don't know. And she's still there. She's still there, believe it or not. Okay, that's when I got the first part of Darkest Storm. That's when I got the first part of Darkest Storm. And then some other pictures I colored in. So, yeah, it's just a lot of stuff here. And then, of course, more videos and stuff. And then color that into Sally, Supergirl. Then the front cover of the Mouse Size album. Polyvoos. One benefit about uploading some of these pictures when I would, do it, and then that's going from my living room to my hallway or going to my bathroom. My bathroom was right here, and then this is my bedroom over here. So, and then that's my camera down there with my tripod and my speaker. I left those speakers out there. I don't know why, but I have them again because my mom got because my grandfather who passed on my birthday had the same stereo, so she has the speakers again. But that's pretty much null and void because that, believe it or not, that stereo that you see in the background of the speakers with that for that stereo, that version of mine went out the window. And of course, more videos here. And here's Mallory from Mighty Ducks. Basically, again, did the same thing I did with her that I did with Bunny and Sally. And hello to the people in the live chat. Thank you for joining. Really appreciate it. Helps me out greatly. And then, of course, again, more of the pictures that I had. Again, they had no problem with me doing this because they're like, hey, it's better than looking at a blank wall. And they told me this when they would inspect. So, so that was pretty cool. Then I colored this of Gadget, put a little lipstick and eyeshadow on her. Best I could, I'm not no artist or anything. And then, like I said, this is the tree I had for Christmas and always put on my table. And then that's when I first got John Cena's CD. More pictures, more videos. This is This is an image from one of the junior novels. What I did is I actually basically scanned it, and so I can color it in. So that's pretty cool. This here is a promo picture from when that was in the Disney Channel magazine. This is when they were doing the block party deal, the Disney block party deal on Disney Channel. Well, a lot of the cartoons that were coming from Disney Afternoon were going back to, basically this was a Disney block party was basically a Disney Afternoon like a 2 hour block on Disney Channel, and it would basically showcase the shows that had just recently been on Disney Channel, on a similar block. So basically, Rescue Rangers was like one of the last ones on that 2 hour block on Disney Channel. And this was actually, a lot of people, including myself, was mistaking this for like, oh, wait a minute, are we going to get a movie? Are we going to get new episodes? What's going on here? This was actually one of the earlier promotional pictures for the series. This is how they were presenting the series originally. And again, first time my mind was, oh my God, are we getting a movie? Are we getting new episodes? Nope. It was just a promotional deal. And Disney just decided to kind of attract, the newer kids into it. Hey, they decided, hey, let's put this, image that we've never had, we haven't used in a while. Let's put that. Let's use that, and that's what they did. Another video there. Another video. Then me with the Rouge plush I have. More of my room. Just a bunch of stuff here. And this, I love this one right here because, we all know about Chip and Dale's rivalry to try to get Gadget's attention. And, Dale's like outdoing Chip with the flowers, and Chip's got this thought in his mind like, okay, you die now. And Gadget sees the thought, so it's pretty cool. Then here's a lot of the big chapter books I had at that time of Berenstain Bears, and some of the big books, including the Stan and Jan one, which I still have. In fact, I'm looking at it right now. If you will. This is when one of the magazines I had was talking about tunes and everything, and Jessica Rabbit was like, I think, one of the top ranked ones, if not the top ranked one. Like I said, she was one of the top ranked ones, if not the top ranked one. And then here's me with, I think this is a Mice and Mayhem. Yeah, this is Mice and Mayhem. I printed out the whole webcomic right there. And then these are the self-made DVDs I did of Sat AM after I had gotten a copy. After I think Kafuru, I think, had sent me copies of them. So that was pretty cool. And then another image of Gadget I colored in a little bit better than the last one. Then there's Foxglove again. Used the software that allowed me to do that. And then there's 177. And then that's of course from Doomsday. And then this is who I'm talking about, basically, of the person that sent me, that was doing the VCDs, if you will. Let me go back. This is the person right here. They're the ones that were doing it, so that was pretty cool with them. And that's my high school class picture. Sally in a Santa outfit. Rogue. This is when I got a compilation DVD with a bunch of Disney Christmas stuff, including Small One. Then I still have that. That's End Song. Still have that comic. So, and then there's Gadget. That's from an episode. I can't think of it right now, but she. I think I have an image of her leaning next to the fridge or something as I move my thing around. And then again, just like with previously, what would they look like if they decided to go movie with them? You know what I'm saying? And yeah, if you're wondering why Barbara is doing that, basically, I think the initial idea was that she had a thing for tails, and I just hit the finger with my mic with my finger. Just hit the mic with my finger there. I'm trying to say, but yeah, basically, Barbara had a thing for tails, and I think they were trying to set something up with them, but they didn't follow through. And then again, here's the DVDs that like I said, self-made before I got the official one. And then, of course, this is the image for Rescue Rangers that was a promo for when it first came out, and not for a movie or anything like that. But it would have been nice to see them in this kind of design, if you know what I mean. And then, of course, that's from the coloring book I still have. And then more. This is a more fuller picture, double pictures, if you will, of my room. So, yeah. Oh, I did have a box spring. Go figure. Whoopsie. And of course, duck pimples. And then that's a gif of the Sally doing the kiss thing. I had requested that actually, and they actually did it. Someone actually did it, which was pretty cool. These were images on my wall. And then I tried to trace this a little bit. I did the best I could. It was kind of a tracing, hit drawing kind of deal. I had that. I don't know what happened to it. Of course, that's from the final episode. Another video. And the thing I'm holding right there is my mic. Actually, that was one of the mics I used to have. And I did get this. I bought this on VHS. I have it somewhere. But now I also have the Blu-ray and the DVD. Go figure. Then I colored that in of Sally. That's when I went to go see SmackDown live in Kansas City. Again, John Cena CD. Colored this picture in of Cindy. Added a little eyeshadow to her. And here's the thing about Cindy. I hope that even despite the design they gave her, along with everybody else in Jellystone, that they make her a character that stands out. Like, that she's the character that people talk about the most when it comes to Jellystone. And then now, of course, here's my tree right there again. Another video, gadget, another video, sunset. I think that's when me and my dad were coming back from Kansas City or something. I'm not really sure. Well, not Kansas City, but we were coming back from something. That's in there. That's from the original. That's the Mobius 25 years later. This is when Ken Penders was doing it. That's from the first issue involving it. Of course, the ending of Paul of Woo Woos. The back of, I think, Volume 1 of Rescue Rangers DVD. Colored that in. Another picture. Another video, I should say. Yeah, these are a bunch of things that I scanned together. Like, this is when I first got them. I scanned them together. Nothing came out right with that. Colored that in, of course, which was pretty cool. Gave Sally a little bit of purpleness and eyeshadow. And then, of course, Chili Sue with some eyeshadow and stuff, which was cool. And the video I put up on here. Colored that in as well. And again, the reason you have videos, the reason I have videos on here basically is mainly due to the fact that in my room again, and of course more images. That's when I got the Rescue Ranger set. I colored that in with the software I told you about. This is what I saw this in theaters, thought it was okay, and then I bought the DVD. And then those are the backs of the self-made DVDs that I did. And then that's one of the first big chapter books I got. That's the book that introduced Bonnie Brown. And this is images, screen caps, screenshots that I printed out of Two Tone in Lucky. That's me. That's my other. And then again, another look at the pictures above my bed and all that. And I know some people might say, "Whoa, that's kind of weird." And then I made this. This was basically a video I did dedicated to, as it says, to those who have lost a loved one. And this, of course, was dedicated mainly because of my grandfather passing. But also, this was at a time where I think Archie Comics had killed off Antoine's dad. So that's why I did it. And it worked out pretty well. And then it's I Love Her. That one, of course, just got uploaded onto my YouTube page. Then me with the world title. Sister Bear was a blue outfit. I gave a blue instead. And then, of course, some of my Sonic stuff at the time. And then right there, you could tell the ever controversial Lionsgate release, Trimark release of some of the episodes from Sad AM. And then that's when I got the Gold Key edition, Gold Key Comics adaptation of Hey There, Yogi Bear. Doug Pimples again. And then, of course, pictures of Rouge. And another one. That one's going to get uploaded soon. I already know where that's at. Another video that I did. And then, like I said, the reason you see these videos is mainly because of the fact that I was off YouTube at that time, and it was months before I got back onto YouTube. So yeah, I would use Photobucket as a way of getting some attention, getting my point across about things. And then here's my Rescue Rangers collection. These are the self-made ones I did, and of course the official ones. and then a puzzle I still have. The CDs that I made with soundtracks matching, like, the characters and everything on the show. The figurines from Happy Meals, and then, of course, the VHSs, which I still have. And then this is, of course, this was Ken Pender's last story, I think. One of them, anyway. Zealot from Wildcats. Loop colored her in very nicely. And then this is another video I did. And that's a scan of the DVD of when I got it. Another video. So there's a lot of videos of myself talking. Some classic stuff, if you will. There's Doug Pimples. We're going to skip over that because that's a little inappropriate. There's a coloring of Gadget. Then that's 177, I think. Yeah, it's 177. Lisa Raccoon. That's a Kiss from a Rose, I think. That's a fan vid I did. Another video. Another video. And then that's the Sonic Super Special. It was a poster, Super Collector's issue. I think this was some stories and all that. Enix. Ninjara. This was the Furlog comic. Furlog comic, I think that's what they called it. Girls Just Want to Have Fun video. So yeah, just a bunch of stuff I had on here, and it was just great to get. That's outside of my home, of my apartment at the time. You could see right down, so I could tell when my dad would show up. I could just look down, and boom, there he is. You know. So yeah, a bunch of stuff here that when I look back on it, it's really surprising to see what I've collected throughout the years. There's more of my Rescue Ranger stuff right there with the comics added. Me with the dual disc. So and as you can tell, what I tried to do is try to capture, scene by scene, frame by frame, the moment after she melted, to kind of point out something that I noticed. And there's more videos and stuff. Did a colored that in of Mama Bear with lipstick and eyeshadow. Figured, what would she look like, Yeah, that's an image. And then, Bunny right there. I had this, but sold it again because I needed some money, I think, at the time. I think, yeah, that's Queenie. That's Queenie McBear. It's that one. Yep. Sally and Bunny. A bunch of comics. That's before I had them organized. It's like I just had it all over the place. And I would end up cleaning them up, basically, or picking them up after, when I knew an inspection was coming. I was like, oh, gotta go. And then here's Sally getting ready to kiss Sonic. And you can kind of tell they glossy up to her lips a little bit. Like, all you'd have to do is add a little bit of shade of all you'd have to do is add some red over that, and boom, lipstick. So, yeah, it's just a bunch of things I have here. And there's me just showing off the picture of I got for my 25th birthday. And again, Doug Pimples and all that. One thing I learned at that time was, being able to kind of capture the frame. I had a well, actually, yeah, I learned it because I had a software that allowed me to capture the frames, one by one. I was able to capture the frames, one by one and everything. And then, of course, there I am with when I first got the 20th anniversary edition of Optimus. And then this is the TV I had in my room, which allowed me to watch TV over the air, but also play some games if I wanted to. Then I had a phone in there as well as in the living room. So. And there's Queenie McBear. I colored her in Texas Longhorn colors. And there's a classic promo show for NBC Saturday mornings. That's pretty cool. That there was from a CSW show. Basically, stipulation was the guy that lost would have to wear that and work, and he did. I have this somewhere. I don't know where. It was a. I first, believe it or not, I actually first read this in my high school, and then I wanted to get it again because I found it interesting. It's Christopher Pike's Chain Letter 2, which I thought was actually. I thought, reading as much as I got, I thought was good. That was really good. The Ruse right there. Another video. So yeah, a bunch of stuff. Just a bunch of photos and everything. And we're gonna skip over this again. And there we go. Cause there's just a bunch of stuff that I have. Was I missing? Yeah, I did. Yeah. Heard that in, which I thought was pretty cool. Again, kind of a movie like poster. I think that's how what inspired them to draw it this way. So I figured, go the movie route, see what it would look like. you know, I mean, imagine people's reactions as they saw that kind of a movie poster with Antoine wearing black instead of blue and Bunny wearing black instead of pink and Sally wearing black instead of her blue vest. You kind of get the idea. This was a friend that went on her own, and I went on my own. So she was cool with me to take a picture with. At the senior prom. And then of course there's my tree again right there, and then you can see on the outside where I lived. There's a video. Yeah, the one thing I'm going to give Photobucket credit for is, they were able to allow me to, and there's another Saturday advert for NBC. They were able to help me out still. Like, they were basically the substitute YouTube for me at that time before I got back on. And if you're wondering what this is here, yes, this is the real Sonic. This was at a time that in the story, Antoine and Bunny had broken up, but Bunny didn't know in the story that that was not the real Antoine until later on. So she was pretty much single, and Sonic was single at that time. Somewhat, he was kind of on and off with Fiona. So, but he was kind of single, and he had saved her from being stimulated by an artificial intelligence known as Adam, which was a Eggman creation. And so her way of thanking him was she kissed him around the lips, kind of, I guess, teasing the fact that hey, these two could be an item, if you know what I mean. There's another video right there, more stuff there. Some of these are just repeats. This right here, just like with the Goofy movie thing earlier, I actually cut out when it first came out. So this was basically 25 years ago. This picture that is, and I kept that in my album. I still have it in my album, stored away somewhere. Another video, Sally kissing Beyonce, and then a couple of photos above her, and my speaker, and then um, some of my other. These are all my comics and CDs. Most of these I have with me still. Some of them I just brought into the room, you know, neatly, because I have spindles on them, although on spindles. So and this here is a good picture of Gadget because she's leaning right next to the fridge, and I think it's because they caught Monterey doing something. I don't know what. Another promo for Rescue Rangers on the Disney Block Party. Mallory again. Foxglove and Dale. Rebecca. Foxglove. Foxglove and Dale. Oh, that Sally with a Sonic body pillow or something like that, a mini body pillow. Me in my room again. That there, believe it or not, it's not a legit. It looks like it, but it's not legit. I thought it was originally, but I kept it still because I think a lot of people were doing that at that time. They were creating um, bootleg versions of the Egyptian god cards to use in tournaments. There's Queenie again. There's a video. I have like over 500 guys. 500. That's why it's taking a while. You're like, holy shit, this guy's got a lot. Yeah, I do. Because these are memories. And there's that. So that's pretty cool. I did that. Another video. That's why I both had them. Still have them. Those are my plushes again. My Christmas tree again. Me with the dual disc, getting ready to look like I'm going to get ready to duel. And of course, that's when I first got the cassette of that. I have the VHS, believe it or not. 177. And yes, this is all the issues, if you will, of the webcomic of Mice and Mayhem. So, and I think the Barbari Tales thing all started because of this, right there. So, so yeah, this is just a lot of what I have. Of course, there's a picture, another video, I should say. That's me with, at the time, the Kansas State champion Mark Sterling. Not the Mark Sterling you see on AEW Impact, but Mark Sterling, the wrestler. I don't know if they're one and the same. There. Excuse me. Yeah, but got a bunch of stuff here. Yeah, it's kind of impressive, isn't it? And that's the X3 poster in the back. That's my little. These are my stands I had for. This behind me is the stand for my DVDs, along with my TV, and this was the stand for my VHS. Rouge and Amy, Gadget, advertisement for Saturday mornings on CBS. Me and Raven. That's when Raven was the NWA champion, so he had to go to places and defend. From Of Mice and Mayhem. King. That's when I got That's when I got this from a half price bookstore. That's what came with it. And you're thinking, well, why? Now you might be looking at this and why is these shiny? These are actually, I don't know if it's a reflection off the window or it's basically they had photo paper I used. It was probably photo paper. That's when I got the game. When I got the game, and Sally can get ready to kiss. Foxglove. Me with both world title and undisputed title. Gadget. Another vid. Storm, Master of the Universe. That's when I first got this big mini plush out of Goodwill for like $10, which wasn't bad. It's an official plush too. So Sally with some, what is it? Sally with Texas Longhorn Orange at the time. And that's about it. I think that's about all of them. Yeah, it's about it. That's a lot, folks. That is a lot to traverse. Let me make sure. Yeah, that's about it. That is the oldest. Taken oldest, and then newest. I think the newest is in here too. Yeah, these are all taken. So they also have a category for date uploaded, and that's when things will change a little bit. Well, actually, maybe not. The newest, and then let's see what oldest is. Yeah, pretty much that's about it. Everything on there. So I think the oldest stuff that I have on there. I think the old, young, no, the more recent stuff I should say. Most recent stuff I think I have on there. I think the most recent stuff I have on there. And these show you the dates too. Like, see, look at this. April 9th, right? Okay, so this is basically when I got them. That's when it came out, was in March. March 27th, actually, which is pretty cool. And then that was March 26th. That's when I found them in that box and all that at work before they were displayed. So, but yeah, that's about it, guys. I think. Yeah, that's about it. Um, for a lot of these, I know there's probably a little bit more. The most recent I looked was, it said about 2000 something. So I can't. That's it. Like it's like 2011. Yeah, here it is. This is the most recent right here. So yeah, 2013, 2012. Yeah, these are when. So these here, 2011. These are when I came. This is when I was here. So these are when I was already out here. But we were still living in Patterson at that time. But this is when I was still out. When I just moved out. But basically about 4 years in, or 4.5 years in, basically. Or yeah, actually 5.5 years in, being back. But everything else before that, starting like right here and going backwards, was taken when I was in Kansas. But yeah, it's quite a trip, isn't it? To look back and see all that. And hello to Ghostface and Double D Ed and Bill FPS. Thank you guys for joining. But yeah, it's quite amazing, isn't it? You know, you look at something like Photobucket and you see all that. It's just amazing. Now, the only thing is, if you have Photobucket and you haven't utilized it for a while, and they kind of let you know, hey, you need to do this, it's mainly because of the fact that you know you haven't been active on it for a while, and by the time you do use it or you get back on it, expect basically um, a bunch of a bunch. I mean, you'll still get to log into your account, but expect basically an upgrade. Like you can, like even without the huh? What? What? Hold on. What? Sorry about that. My mom was asking me a question. She's watching the Chosen series that's funded by viewers and stuff. But yeah, looking back on this again, if you have a photo bucket thing and you haven't used it for a while and they've sent you a notification, what you need to do basically is look into it. And again, what I was trying to say is you'll still have access to your pictures because all you have to do is do this and then just click open a new tab and it will open. It will automatically open. But what they'll have in front of them instead is like these big exclamation points in a circle where when you scroll under that, it will say upgrade, and then you'll get those options of $6, monthly, or 35, whatever monthly or whatever the case may be. And $6 to me isn't too bad, if you will. And if I have to give up on it for a bit, I will because I'll still be able to access them. Just probably not in the best resolution as I would hope, or not the way I just did here. So, but anyway, though, guys, I just thought I'd come on here and do this little live stream for you guys that you see what my photo bucket page looks like, um, and how I've worked on it for over the past going on, wow, going on 16 years at the end of next month. It's unbelievable. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that, and let me know what your thoughts are down below. Comment if you like. Love to hear from each and every one of you on this. Let me know if you have a photo bucket page and how do you deal with it, and what are your thoughts on them adding the payment options to get access, full access, basically to your photos and videos. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. Comment if you like, and I will talk to you all later. God bless. Take care.